A new diplomatic disagreement has started between India and China, this time over something really spiritual and sensitive: the future reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. Recently, India's Minister of Minority Affairs, Kiren Rijiju, made a very strong statement saying that only the Dalai Lama himself and Tibetan Buddhist institutions have the right to decide who will be his next reincarnation. According to him, no outside country, including China, should interfere in this religious matter. But of course, this didn't go down well with China. Just a day later, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning warned India to be very careful when talking about Tibet-related issues. She accused the Dalai Lama of being an anti-China separatist and said that India must stick to its promises and not interfere in what China calls its internal affairs. She also insisted that the next Dalai Lama must follow China's rules, religious traditions, and official approval, including a very controversial method where names are drawn from a golden urn. Now, to understand why this issue matters so much, then China sees Tibet, which is referred to as Xizang, as a part of its own territory and treats any discussion around Tibet or any religious leadership over there as a threat. The Dalai Lama, who fled to India in 1959 after a failed uprising against the Chinese rules, has lived in exile in Dharamshala ever since. While he repeatedly said that he seeks autonomy for Tibet, not independence, China raises extremely sensitive issues about anything related to him. The controversy heated up because Rijiju and another Indian minister were attending the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday celebration in Dharamshala. China saw this as a political move, even though Rijiju said that it was purely a religious event and had nothing to do with politics. He also pointed out that as a practicing Buddhist himself, he respects the spiritual traditions of Tibetan Buddhism. In recent weeks, the Dalai Lama has made a statement about his succession. He said that the Guardian Quadrangle Trust, which was set up by his office in 2015, will be the only body with the authority to recognize his next reincarnation. This completely rejected China's claims that it can control the process. China has also rejected this idea and insisted that it must approve the next Dalai Lama, just like it claims to have approved the current 14th Dalai Lama many decades ago, which is disrupted by Tibetan historians. Now, this disagreement comes at a very delicate time. India and China have been trying to repair their strained relationship following the deadly 2020 clash in eastern Ladakh that froze diplomatic ties for years. After a rare handshake between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping during the BRICS summit in Russia, both sides have started slowly warming up. They even allowed Indian pilgrims to resume the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, a very religious trip to Tibet which has been suspended for years. But now, with this Dalai Lama issue flaring up, the progress in India-China relationship could be at risk again. China is sending a clear signal it does not want any country, including India, to question its control over Tibet or the religious process over there. And India, on the other hand, seems to be standing firm on respecting religious freedom and the Dalai Lama's authority in spiritual matters.